Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Brian's Infinite Dungeon here on TV&D. It's good to see everybody. What's going on? Hi, Draz. Hi, Harris. Let's see. It's me. I'm here. We're doing our Bob's Burgers finale prep stream, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see what we're gonna come up with. Hanging out in space right now. Is my wonderful computer wife. It's Emily. It's Emily Heller.
Hello.
Hi, Emily.
Hi.
I
live in the computer now.
You live in the computer now. You've become assimilated. And good for you. I really love that for you.
Yeah, it's great.
You'll see over in the chat box, people are using our TV&D emoticons. That's the word. Emojis? Emoticon? I feel
emoticon is such a early internet word.
I know.
Emote.
Emote. Thank you. Emotes. That's the word I was looking for. You got me doing the goblin thing. You got Eli's general look of disgust that is usually aimed at me. Carolyn's barbaric rage. And Tony with his wonderful cat, Quinn. Tasty, thank you for subscribing. Thank you. Subscribing gives you access to all of those emotes. That word that I definitely remembered.
Sorry to interrupt. I just saw that I wanted to see what the little gift box next to whether or no was, and it says sub gifter, but I read it as sub grifter, and I was like, I want to know how a sub grift works on Twitch. I'm intrigued.
One of those Twitch subgrifts. Let's see. So this is our prep stream for our Bob's Burgers finale. Bob's Burgers has so far, I think, been a really good campaign, and I'm excited to see how it ends. This week we're going to have Teddy joining the party, as played by Will Campos of the Dungeons and Daddies podcast. He's going to be our guest this week, and I'm so excited to have him on. We've been trying to make it happen for a little while, and we got there. Amy Ability says, damn, I wish I could stay, but I still have no internet and bad reception in my dorm. Sorry to hear that, Amy. I hope everything works out soon. Congrats on figuring out who the guest is more than 24 hours in advance. Hey, listen. It takes some figuring out.
You're scrappy.
We're scrappy like that.
Show.
Thank you, Emily. But so we're gonna have Teddy this week, and that's exciting. So that I kind of say, Amy, thank you for subscribing again. Good luck out there to everyone in Texas. We've all got you in our thoughts for sure. So as always, this begs the question: is tonight spoilers for Thursday? Maybe is the I think standard answer. I think anyone who has watched the previous two streams would agree that they miss a lot of stuff. Things go in different directions. I would not call anything we plan here tonight spoilers. But getting into it, there is what I was most excited about, kind of trying to come up with like a big epic finale for what's been a really good campaign so far. We haven't jacked into Jimmy Pesto at all. And I thought it would be fun if Jimmy Pesto unleashed a Lovecraftian pizza horror onto the wharf, and Bob and family have to save the wharf.
That's fun. I like that.
Thank you. I think that's going to be fun. So how I kind of want to start the show. Once again, the constant challenges of prepping this show are, it's 90 minutes, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. We don't have a lot of time to fuck around. I think I'm learning over the years that, over the weeks, that
time is meaningless right now.
Truly. I think what I'm learning right now is like 3 good like key scenes are the best way to kind of break the show out. If I sometimes I'll add a 4th scene with no like making it easy to axe if we're gonna. This week we due to some outside stuff we have a pretty hard out, so I think we're just gonna stick to 3 good scenes with a lot of stuff to react with mechanically.
You'll also probably have like a big boss, right? That'll take a while.
Yes, I hope not. I hope if we can get around stuff without combat, I tend to prefer that lately. But we will be throwing a boss interaction of some kind.
A pizza boss?
A pizza boss. But so what I'm thinking for kind of the story this week is I think around the wharf, hi, the state of Arizona. I think around the wharf, everyone is talking about Jimmy Pesto's new pizza. Like everyone's getting in line for it. There's a line going outside the restaurant. That's probably driving Bob a little nuts. Yeah, everyone's all over it, much to Bob's chagrin. Of course, this new pizza that has taken the wharf by storm is the result of Jimmy's pact with a Lovecraftian pizza monster. Who I'm imagining a scene where Jimmy goes into like the back room of his restaurant and thanks this elder pizza demon for helping his restaurant grow and succeed. Wow, funny, it didn't expect anything in return. Uh-oh. And that is when the wharf, everyone in the wharf slowly begins becoming pizza monsters. And I think because we don't have Tina and Louise, and we've had to consistently come up with why Tina and Louise are not in the adventure, I think they have eaten the pizza earlier that day and will also become pizza monsters.
No.
Which I think gives us the benefit of taking Louise and Tina out of the adventure, but also gives Bob, Linda, and Jean some like real personal stakes in what's happening.
For sure.
Delicious Baby asks, maybe a familial connection, like his grandma's devil? That's pretty funny. One thing I want, and I don't know how, one of my favorite things about Bob's Burgers is the heart in it. And I do want to have like some sympathy for Jimmy Pesto. He didn't intend for this to happen. He'll never fully apologize for it, because I don't think that's what Jimmy Pesto ever does.
Yeah.
But the intention was to have good pizza, right?
Yeah.
So I don't really know. But I'm also thinking on top of that, Jimmy Pesto's restaurant has become a melting tower of cheese and mozzarella and tomato sauce. It's just a terrible pizza tower that the party is going to have to climb. So I think first off, I'm imagining the first encounter is just crossing the street from the restaurant to get into this tower before being overwhelmed by pizza zombies. Emily, we're big Bob's Burgers fans, right?
Yeah, we love it. It's a great television show. I was very frustrated. There was a new episode on Sunday that we didn't watch because it was Valentine's Day. We were making food and watching a very romantic indie thriller bad marriage movie, but Hulu is not letting me watch it until a week after it aired, which it used to drop episodes the next day. I don't know why it's doing that, but I'm sad about it.
Yeah, that was annoying.
annoying.
Okay, why won't Roll20 let me move? So this is kind of a top-down view of the restaurant. If Roll20 would fucking agree with me for like a hot fucking second.
All I see is a yellow rectangle.
That's supposed to be the top of the store of like Bob's Burgers, but
I see.
we're going to refresh the page and hope that maybe helps. You know, today's supposed to be like a good day for Dungeons & Dragons. It's Eric J. Holmes' birthday. Eric J. Holmes wrote the Dungeons & Dragons Blue Box. So today's something
I
of
love
like...
how you said that like I was supposed to know who that was.
You should know who it is.
I don't.
I don't actually expect you to, but I am disappointed that you don't. But today should be a good day for Dungeons & Dragons. And so far, it's being really bad to me. Okay, what if we fuck with the size of the grid a little bit? Well, that... No, it ain't. There we go. Oh my god, we did it. Jesus. Jesus. What a mess. What's next to... No. I'm so fucking mad right now.
What's happening? It's not letting you move it?
I can't move the element. Which now...
Weird.
Tell me about it. Okay, it appears...
That's new.
That just moved. So let's try it again. Maybe that one was just being grumpy.
Okay.
We're going to freehand. Because that appears to be working. Also, I forgot I like it better freehand anyway. I think it's a little messy.
Yeah.
And also... Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. What is happening?
I don't know.
Oh, no. Okay, well, now I'm zoomed in and now it works. I truly... You're embarrassing me, Roll20, in front of my family! Oh, this is the worst. This is the worst, man. Okay, we're killing our browser. We're having technical difficulties live on stream. I have reset the browser. Can't perceive the burger build. No, I perceive it. I just can't move it. What?
Sorry. I closed my eyes for a minute because I feel sick. And when I opened them, our cat's butthole was right in my face.
That checks out.
She loves to show us her butthole.
Oh my god, I'm so mad. That didn't fix anything.
Oh no.
I don't think this episode's going to go on YouTube. Considering it's unwatchable. Oh man, I'm so angry right now.
Should I try leaving? Would that help?
No, that shouldn't make a difference. Okay, the elements here work out fine. Now what about things in the Bob's restaurant? These work fine. All fine. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to try a different fucking page.
Okay.
Thank you for standing by. This is a goddamn nightmare. Let's draw Bob's Burgers. It's a square.
It's a square.
And it won't move. Oh, man. I'm so fucking mad right now. Can I move it? I can move it manually. Okay. Or I can move it with fucking keys.
Weird.
And that, my friends, is going to be good enough for now. What's next to Bob's? There's Mort's, right?
Yeah, the funeral parlor is on the, well, I guess the left if you're looking at it from the street, the right on this top-down map. And then on the other side is the one that changes every time.
Right.
With a pun. You gotta come up with a pun business name, Brian.
I'm so deeply bad at puns. You're not much of a punsmith either, if I'm not mistaken.
Nah. We're a little more deranged in our bits.
Truly. When we go into bit mode, it's for nobody.
Yeah.
I feel like puns at least have appreciators.
That's the thing with a pun, is that it's coherent.
In a way I don't feel capable of producing.
Yeah.
We're at, Whether or No says, we're at the point in quarantine where I'm putting on high heels to go get food from the dining hall. I'm wearing heels and a mesh shirt. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. It says, just put an 1.5-hour loop of your intro animation on YouTube. That is a good as hell intro animation.
It is.
Paired with like those chilled out like fucking beats, it rules. That's all Tony. I can say it rules because I didn't do anything on it. Tony and Eli just spit it out, and I'm like, that fucking rules. So basically, what I want this encounter to be, this is kind of the first like actual mechanical thing to interact with. We'll do some story stuff before that, but basically, I just want it to be difficult to cross the street and get into Jimmy Pesto's terrible pizza tower.
Mm-hmm.
There was a thing in 4th edition D&D called what was it? They were called skill challenges, and they weren't good. They were kind of definitively like Rob Heinz's kind of design mess that permeated 4th edition. But for our purposes, they kind of work. They kind of mechanicalize the difficulty of getting into this pizza tower before they get absolutely wrecked by pizza zombies, who are all their friends and neighbors. See, this one moves. That one moves. This one does not move.
Weird.
Those move together. That doesn't move. That moves. Hey, roll 20. Hey, roll 20. Your shit's driving me nuts right now. I feel like the only thing I know about 4E skill challenges and how everyone hates them. The problem is they were never well explained. It was kind of like Heinz's design sort of feeds into what this sort of like rules first, very prescriptive procedure on gaming that kind of eventually reminds me in a very different kind of way of like Dungeon World and Power by the Apocalypse. And it's very much a school of design that I had my fun with and I'm very over now. Welcome to Nerd Talk. Emily, what do you think is the best episode of Bob's Burgers?
Oh man, the best episode. Fuck. It's hard. There's a lot of good ones. I really like the Seaplane episode.
Seaplane's a good one.
I think most of their Halloween episodes are great. I love the Haunted House one, where they try to scare Louise.
Oh yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites. That also has one of the best songs.
Yeah.
Which is the Boys for Now. I love you so much, it's scary.
I love you so much, it's scary.
Great one.
Yeah, it's got some great songs. The place where I work, vulture.com, has a ranking of all the Bob's Burgers songs. I have opinions on that ranking, which I'll keep to myself. However, correctly ranked very high is also the song that Bob sings at the wedding.
Yes, that one's very good. I don't remember how it goes, but I do remember it being very good.
Yeah, he's like, um, he's singing about, how like making burgers is um his passion or whatever.
It's a good one.
It's great.
Let's see. The adult friend fiction one has good memories. That is also very. Man, there's a lot of good ones. It's a consistently good show, which is kind of more impressive to me than like a consistently brilliant one.
Well, that's the thing is, so Bob's Burgers, the first season is a little like, it's interesting to watch because it's a little not the show in a way that most sitcoms are.
Right.
When you rewatch them, the first season they haven't really worked out who these characters are yet and their relationships and stuff. Which is interesting because the original pilot, it was much darker.
They were supposed to be cannibals.
Yeah, they were a family of cannibals. And then the fact that it turned into such a consistently wholesome show is really lovely.
I love it very, very much.
Because I think what's so great about Bob's Burgers is how consistent in sort of it's always about their relationships. Their relationships are the core of the show, and they're never like trying to fuck with those relationships. Like they're always going to be a family. We're never gonna have like seasons or even episodes where we're worried that Bob and Linda are gonna get divorced or anything like that. Like that would not be the show.
No, definitely not.
And there are, of course, episodes where they will be mad at each other, like the seaplane episode.
Like the seaplane episode.
I tried to add love the show.
I tried to add some smoke to this dumpster fire in the corner. I'm not sure it's reading, but I'm keeping it.
I like it.
You know what? What kind of makes me laugh about Bob's Burgers and why I think I enjoy it so much is a lot of my like preferred sitcoms growing up in my early 20s were the young 20s, early 30s best friends in a major city dating and all have keys to each other's apartments. You know, your New Girls, your Friends, your How I Met Your Mothers. Those were my favorite. And I think there was an element of like aspirationalness to them. Like, oh, I want to live in New York and have the keys to my friends' apartments and like go in and out and have a vague job that somehow pays the bills, even though I'm not quite sure what it is. And then I spent most of my late 20s doing that.
Yeah.
And that time of my life is kind of over in that way. And now I'm kind of looking at things like wholesome family sitcoms as the more aspirational ones.
Right.
And that's been an interesting shift. Aging is real, and we're all gonna die someday.
Yeah, I just before we got married, I wrote about how Bob and Linda were my role models for marriage, and I would stand by that.
There was
They're great.
Bob's Burgers was mentioned once or twice in our wedding vows.
Yes.
So that is what we're dealing with here.
Yeah, we're cool.
What other stuff should go on this street where pizza monsters are attacking? And they just have to get to the other side of the street.
Are the pizza monsters are human beings that have eaten
These are
the pizza?
Yes, who are pretty much everyone.
I think it would also be funny to do like some pizza mutant seagulls that ate the pizza.
Oh, fuck, dude, that's so good.
You know, like
Yeah, yeah.
off the ground or whatever.
Yeah. So we're going to put a couple here just for like, I don't want to do like a full combat scene. I just want them to be moving and it to be a threat as they can't get into the tower.
Sure.
Like, they will just keep coming. So there's no point of like beat all of them because 2 more will just come in from like the sides of the frame. But yeah, hell yeah, I do love the seagulls. Do I have a little bird icon? Well, they're monster birds. So who's to say they can't look like this? I do love the idea that somehow before the start of this adventure, they will not have noticed it's become entirely post-apocalyptic. And then it just is. Kind of like a swarm type minion that they can just swat away. Yeah, I do that a lot where like, oh, a whole horde of skeletons is just one monster. We don't have to worry about 10 fucking... That's actually a good point. Why don't we increase these guys up a little bit? And they just represent like the swaths of monster people roaming the streets.
Sure.
And so basically I'm imagining they'll get to this door up here and have trouble opening it, and so like it'll be like 3 successful strength checks or related to try and get in the door before they are swarmed by these monsters. And that's our first encounter, I think.
Nice.
Great. Let's make another page. So now we enter the restaurant, which has been corrupted by this Lovecraftian pizza monster. I don't actually know what the restaurant is not as clear, doesn't have as clear a layout, I think, as like Bob's Burgers does, which we were pretty cleanly able to replicate here.
Right.
I don't quite know how to do it in Jimmy Pesto's, but we can get away with it because it's been corrupted and is now evil. Is now an evil temple to pizza. And who are the twins? Andy and Ollie?
Yeah.
Is that their names?
Mm-hmm.
They have to be like little mutant monsters on this floor, right?
Yes.
I don't want them to just jump out and like fight though. They should be like doing something to block the way into the further chamber. I'm thinking like maybe behind the bar throwing like Molotov cocktails or
That's funny.
I'm not sure what yet, but something along those lines. Chat, if you have any ideas, I would love to hear it.
They could be like throwing something to each other.
That's interesting.
Because their whole thing is like they do everything together.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out as we go. It's also hard of like... It's hard to make an exciting prep stream for because the stakes of this one are a little more emotional. So it is a little more... I don't know. We'll figure it out on the day. I can't prep that now. Your kids have been turned into mutant monsters. How do you feel? Is going to be more of the question.
Yeah.
Let's throw some tables. I don't do voices in general, and I'm not quite sure how to get a Jimmy Pesto voice. just hurt by maybe basic attempt there. It's kind of just like a gravelly. Man, I really wish I did voices.
He's also got a little bit of like he's trying to do a gangster movie impression a lot of the time.
God, you're right. Right. But I don't know how to channel a trying to do a bad gangster impression and not make it doing a bad gangster impression. Hey, see, even that. Drives those out there. Prep emotions. It's difficult. Okay, so it makes sense that the door to the next area would be here.
Where?
I just threw it down. So that's where the door to the next area would be. And that's where we need to put and Andy and Ollie are defending it, essentially. Are making it difficult to pass forward.
So they're not pizza monsters. They are defending the pizza monster inside.
Oh, I was thinking they were pizza monsters.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking they were also full. They're still Andy and Ollie.
Sure.
Just pizza monster versions.
I see. In that case, could they have be throwing like gooey pieces of their own cheese back and forth to each other, causing sort of web traps?
Fuck yes, that's really good. Okay, yeah.
Of they want each other's cheese on themselves. They want to mix their cheese.
I'm so upset by that very idea, but yes, that is what's happening here. So we're gonna throw I think these little cheese pools are like a difficult terrain essentially because they are bubbling pools of cheese nightmare. Oh, obviously they've been tracking it, so it's coming in straight from the door. I do want this to be a bit of a mechanical challenge as well. So we need to do they ever on purpose fight the party? But that's not Andy and Ollie. But they are pizza monsters.
Yeah, I think it's more incidental, not accidental.
Right. In our first episode, Emily, Gene became Goo Gene. And now we are definitely wondering what will happen when Goo Gene goes over the cheese. And you know what? I think we just need to make that ruling on the fly. Let's see. Yeah, okay, Devisha says, yeah, but they hinder, they don't hurt. It's more of play with us!
Yes. Yes.
Play with us for cheese! I want Andy's cheese! I want Ollie's cheese!
Yes.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. So there's also just an inherent problem if you've got this molten cheese pit dripping everywhere. So even if Andy and Ollie don't end up being a much of an encounter, you still have to deal with this situation blocking the door.
Right.
Okay. So what I want to do next, that's that scene. This is a pretty easy one to prep because, like I said, all of the stakes and the drama are coming emotionally.
Right.
But what I want to do is, because I don't know how timing is going to work, I don't know how quickly they'll get through this or the previous scene. What we need is a scene that a room of this tower, this pizza tower dungeon, that could get cut, but would still be fun if it can't just be lame. But it's not the end of the world if it gets cut.
It would be fun if they could encounter Jimmy Jr. and maybe he offers them some sort of help.
That's fun. That's fun. That is fun. Okay, so we're going to make a kitchen. Because that makes sense and would be the next room over from the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
A Jimmy Jr. voice I can kind of do.
It's just a lisp.
It's just, well, it's a little more spitty than a lisp. Is the mechanic friend around still? Maybe trapped in the freezer or something. Delicious. Will Campos will be joining us from Dungeons and Daddies, and he will be playing Teddy on Thursday. So Teddy will be a part of the adventure.
Love Teddy.
Love Teddy. Jimmy Pesto definitely has like a big kitchen. Maybe we'll specifically make a note of that. Bob, even covered in cheese goop, this is a nice kitchen. Put some sort of vague kitchen machinery. Here's a circle thing.
Yeah, kitchen machinery.
Kitchen stuff. My brother is a professional chef, and I have no idea how a kitchen works. Maybe Jimmy Jr.'s not a pizza monster?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like because he didn't eat the pizza because his dad seemed to love the pizza monster more than him.
Yes.
Kim says, I love to use the circle thing in my kitchen.
Who doesn't love the circle thing? You know, and then you bring it over to the square thing where you prep all the foods, and then you bring it over to the rectangle thing. Fuck y'all.
The only kitchen appliance that Brian loves is air fryer.
I do love air fryer, though it did burn me, and now we're not speaking. That's not true.
You've forgiven air fryer.
I was wrong. No, I dropped it, and then I made the mistake of catching it. Is the problem?
Yeah.
The big cube? What heats it? Wood!
All right, I think the chat roasting you for this one is fair, Brian.
I don't think so. Oh, you know what it is? You know what we do here? Maybe we find the secret entrance to the pizza temple in the kitchen.
Oh boy.
And so like Jimmy Jr. can probably help, but maybe he's conflicted. And then if we're running like short on time, boom, we could just skip it and I could describe going into the kitchen and like finding it.
Yeah.
So that works out pretty perfect. How could Jimmy Jr. help them? That's what we'll throw out there, that the molten cheese is like is like pooled here as well. So like it's not just getting through the door, you have to get through it onto the other side as well.
Cam does bring up a good point that Jimmy Jr.'s help should be dance-based.
Right. I agree with that. Maybe if they've taken some hits, maybe he can heal them with the power of dance. Or grant them like an inspiration
he just dances so beautifully that it inspires them to fight harder.
Right. And then who knows, maybe if the adventure gets dark, Jimmy Pesto's son, unharmed, could be.
Oh, I didn't think about that, but Carolyn definitely will.
Yeah. So where would we hide the entrance to Jimmy Pesto's Pizza Temple?
Behind the rectangle thing, obviously.
Good enough.
I mean, if he has a pizza oven, they maybe would have to crawl through the pizza slot.
I love that. Oh man, I love that. Okay, this square thing is the pizza oven?
You have to become the pizza.
You must become pizza.
That's Jimmy Jr. just keeps dancing and chanting, "You must become the pizza.
You must become your pizza. You must become your pizza." Because he can't say. They'll know. They know. He knows what's going to happen to it. It's got bricks because it's a square pizza oven.
Yeah.
It's a brick oven.
Yeah. Oh, sorry for sniffing directly into my headphones.
It's fine. It's disgusting, but it's fine. Okay, and now we just need to prep up a final encounter with I think the elder pizza god has maybe like taken Jimmy Pesto's body, like is using him as a vessel, but I think Jimmy Pesto is still conscious within it. I don't know
enough to taunt Bob.
I think we go real dark with it, and Jimmy Pesto is begging for help.
Oh man.
Like Jimmy Pesto has made a mistake and knows that. I think I'm interested in that. I want to know. Bob hates Jimmy Pesto. Jimmy Pesto has turned two of his children into pizza monsters and nearly brought this evil pizza demon's like wrath down on their home. Will they forgive him?
Yeah.
That is interesting to me.
They won't.
I don't know. I guess we got to play to find out. The Temple of Pizza. The Temple of Pizza. I don't know if I flipped you over. I did not.
No, you did not. Oh, I see. That, Brian?
Yes?
You've drawn a uterus.
Yeah. I think that fits in this scenario. Because I think this elder pizza god is being born into this world.
I see. So it's metaphorical.
Yeah, duh.
It is a pizza uterus.
Yeah, clearly. Is that not obvious? Come on, Emily, that's clearly the text. These are stairs leading down into this.
Brian!
What? I'm only half kidding about the metaphor, gang. I'm like leaning into that. This thing wants to be born.
Oh, goodness.
You're all just not as smart as me is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
My brilliant Bob's Burgers D&D dungeon. This is why I get roasted.
Are there going to be little pizza statues on either side with arms holding out like little balls of mozzarella or something?
Yup. Yup.
Now I'm just curious to see if you actually know what the inside of a uterus looks like.
No. I do. Wet. Wet and bloody? Here are your fucking mozzarella ball statues.
Okay, yeah, so you definitely don't.
No. This can't be that off.
Sure.
There's only so off it can be. It fits in the abdominal area of a human being.
I'm not surprised that your public school health system did not teach you what the inside of a uterus looks like. I am disappointed.
Once again, how off is this?
Okay, so what I was picturing, which is so it's a little like a Texas Longhorn shape. On either side there is an egg. You've heard the term fallopian tube?
Yes, of course.
So those are the tubes that the eggs travel down. And they kind of resemble, like I said, like a Texas Longhorn with the ovaries on either end. So it would basically be one mozzarella ball on either side of
Oh, got it.
the uterus, which is what I was picturing.
I didn't understand that. I didn't track that metaphor.
Yes, I was making an ovaries metaphor.
I thought you were making a joke about like fertility statues or something.
No. I was literally trying to get you to draw a uterus.
Oh yeah, no. I think the uterus metaphor, the viewership dropped as we talked about uteruses, which I think is sexist.
I feel like a lot of them are also children.
Oh wow, so the uterus is shameful, Emily?
No, I'm saying it makes them uncomfortable.
Because they're ashamed.
No.
Okay, so I think Jimmy Pesto, it's kind of Akira style. I think Jimmy Pesto is in this enormous cheese mass, but is sentient within it. So like there's this whole mass of like the demon. But it's sort of one entity.
Okay.
So give me a second. So basically it would move like this.
Oh, I see.
And the large cheese mass is also like roaring and laughing as like it drags a sentient Jimmy Pesto along with it, apologizing for the wrong he has done.
Oh no.
And then we'll just see what happens.
Oh boy.
This is gonna be I want this one to get fucking messy. I don't know what's going to happen, but I think it's going to be a good one. Okay, so we start in Bob's Burgers. We get a little one-off vignette of Jimmy Pesto, a little bit of an understanding of Jimmy Pesto's restaurant, so taking off to being very successful at the moment. Let's see, we get Louise and Tina kind of shamefully coming into the restaurant, scarfing down pizza that they got. They don't want their dad to see that they ate Jimmy Pesto's pizza that everyone's going crazy about. Maybe we let Bob react to that. Pizza monsters. They will become immediately pretty aware that Jimmy Pesto's pizza is involved. Because everyone is turning into pizza monsters. It's pure anarchy and chaos out on the wharf. And Jimmy Pesto's restaurant has transformed into a terrible, unspeakable, Lovecraftian pizza tower. So that brings us into the restaurant itself, where Andy and Ollie are pizza monsters and want the party to play with them while they figure out how to get to the door. I think this needs to be bigger. I think this pool needs to be bigger because I think that's the real problem. Andy and Ollie are just making it more difficult, right?
By throwing cheese around.
Yes, that
they
could
probably have to dodge some cheese.
Right. So that leads us into the kitchen, where Jimmy Pesto is hiding. Jimmy Jr., yes. Jimmy Jr. is like shell-shocked, and that's where, you must become your pizza! That's where that is, and that'll maybe tip off you need to crawl into the pizza oven. Shit, this is an actually good Dungeons & Dragons adventure. Will that translate into a good episode of TV&D? I hope so. But this might be one of the tightest adventures we've done.
I'm 2 for 2 with helping you make some fucking fantastic dungeons on this Twitch stream.
You definitely are. You definitely are. Okay, so we got, you must become your pizza. And then we go to this terrible in utero pizza temple, where they must fight the Akira version of Jimmy Pesto, who is so sorry and so regretful, but there's no going back now. I don't know if they'll kill him. He's gonna beg to not die. If it was an episode of Bob's Burgers, they would. Do you take the Lovecraftian pizza demon into it? Obviously, but Bob would forgive him, and it would end with some begrudging respect. Is that how TV&D would end? No, maybe not. Draz says if this was Mega Dungeon, he'd be dead in a second. Yep. Yeah. Carolyn is not usually one with the mercy. All right. I feel actually really, really good about this one. Nice. Emily, thank you for helping me make a dungeon.
You're welcome. I live here, so that was easy.
That's true. Hey, the Ruckus, thank you for helping me make a dungeon. We need to let's see what happens on Thursday. Thank you so much, everybody. Let's see. Emily, where can we find you on the internet?
Oh, I'm at Emily P. Heller on most social media channels.
Wonderful. I'm at Brian is a Goblin on Twitter, and you can find our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/goblinvoice. I might later tonight around 11 or 12 stream some American Truck Simulator, so hope to see you there. Let's see, Thursday is a new episode of TV&D where we'll be running this adventure that we just all made together, and let's see, Will Campos from Dungeons and Daddies will be on the show, and we're very, very excited to have him. That's all for Brian's Infinite Dungeon. Catch you next time, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.